Selamat pagi, selamat siang, nama saya Yakini the Free. Senang bertemu dengan Anda. Uh, Permisi, saya mau pesan kopi ya? Hmm, yum, lumayan, tidak apa-apa. Saya minta maaf. Kamu bisa bahasa Inggris? Good, good. Hey everyone, this is Yaki the Free in the free-to-play series, playing in the free-to-play series. It's no longer the Hell80s free-to-play challenge. Again, I apologize. It's day 89, I think. Day 89. So tomorrow's going to be a pretty good day when it comes to stuff, because you see, I get a Dark Elhane. I already have a Dark Elhane, so I'm going to have a +1. But it'll be time for another monthly reset. So Sacred, a Void, and an Ancient are all coming tomorrow. So I was greeting a little bit and asking, if it's okay to have some coffee. And then, do you speak English in Indonesian? The neat thing about Indonesia, the world's largest Buddhist temple is located in Indonesia, and it's called Borobudur. And it's got over 2 million volcanic stones piled up to 35 meters high. And it's a Buddhist temple that was suspected to be started at least in the 8th or 9th century. Okay, what happened is the Arabic influence and Islamic faith showed up in the 14th century, so they kind of abandoned the Buddhist and the Hindu religious system, and the world's largest concentration of Islamic people or Muslims is Indonesia. Out of 223 million people in Indonesia, it's like 200 million of them are now Islamic. But anyways, I thought that's kind of neat that they piled 2 million volcanic stones on a structure. And if you look it up again, it's Borobudur. Huge, huge. It's still in the seventh wonders of the world list. There's more than seven. It's just like a contemporary name, but the seven wonders of the world. Aside from that, let's take a look at the CVC, which this clan, we were doing awesome, and all of a sudden, I guess the other people are like, you know what, let's kick the crap out of them. Because as you're noticing now, they've almost, they're coming close to doubling us up. And it's not like we're not trying. There's just somebody named Kimberly Rich has 300,000 points. Like, we're not going to beat these people. I don't think so. It's okay. We've got all the clan rewards that we wanted, but I really missed out on picking up, like 2,000 energy for the free-to-play account. Would have been huge, and some chickens, and it's okay. There's no blood shield rings anymore on that, so I really wish there was, but there isn't. Let's take a look at the missions. So I pushed through a bunch of missions, so now I'm waiting to finish up my Ogren faction crypt today and hopefully craft another 3 helmets using charms. So you put in your helmet charm, as far as I know, because it says using helmet charms, and I've already done 7. Then I put out 5 max rank 5 glyphs. This one's going to take a while because they've got to max out on the 5-star, Then I'm stuck on Fuse, Razin, Scarhide. So let's take a look at what I am short so far. And I've already had all these heroes at once to do it, and I just burnt them because I didn't think I was going to stay doing this free-to-play series. Like, I've had Penitent, I've had Raider, I've had all, or is it Raider? Yeah, Raider. I've had all these heroes at least once on the account. So now I got to keep, looking for Wanderer and Slither Brute and Gore Mask, and Halberdier, Thurigis, Spike Helm, and you can farm Skullsworns from the sewers. Hopefully, instead, I would be able to pull all 4 of these epics right now because we're going to do some summons in a bit here. But eventually, I will get that done. So, Clan Boss gave me, I couldn't 1 key Nightmare yesterday, and I had to 3 key Ultra Nightmare. So, unfortunately, I picked up a bunch of Ancient Shards only, but we'll get that done. And let's see here in the Fragment Summit again. Archmage Helmet is coming home soon, very soon, in about, I think, 5 days, or sorry, 10 days, when the Doom Tower resets. But I'm sitting on 21 Mithrala fragments on this account. So let's go over and collect the Hydra chest together. Let's see if I can get at least 1 Mithrala fragment. So I'm not involved in Hydra Clash because I started the account later. Obviously, I came in the middle of it. But let's collect this chest together and see what happens here. 2 Mithrala frags. Oh, 6-star boots. But I'm keeping all the stone skin I get until I see... wish they were speeds, man. Until I get all my faction wars done, I will keep the stone skin. And this is pretty good. That 6-star with that defense on a protection set, that's pretty good. And 1 immortal summoning stone. Nice. 4 Mithrala frags. Okay, here we go, guys. More flat, but it's got the speed there with resistance. These are keeper boots for some faction fodder if they spread buffs you're worried about. These I'm going to rework. At least, I try. It's a 6-star stone skin. If it comes out with speed on the rework, huge. Speed and resist on a that's a nice shield. And how's the chest? Flat. It's not the best, obviously, but we're going to keep it. Let's rework those boots together, actually, real quick. Let's see if I can get those boots, those 6-star boots right here. Let's see if I have a rework available for them. I do. I've got one. Please pray with me. I don't believe in the praying, but wish me the luck, if you will, for 6-star speed boots. Let's go. Rework. Come on. 6-star attack. I have a Fellhound, by the way. I wish that said defense instead, but these are perfect boots for Fellhound. They are absolutely perfect because he's based off of attack and defense. I might have just at least reworked Fellhound into some boots. Maybe. Anyways, we'll hope for better stuff later. So again, Mithrala now has 25 fragments. Well on my way. My main just fully maxed out Mithrala in a week with her books and put her into Clan Boss. So we're going to do an Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss hit live, but I'm going to take the time to go through all 5 heroes, everything, including relics. However, let's do some summons first, because again, I'm not going for any of the, what do you call it there? Diffusion. I want to do something, even though we're not going to win clan versus clan, but I want to do something, hopefully, to help my faction war teams. I think my Ogrins don't really need anybody currently, but Hill Nomad. Again, as I said, I'm trying to get to the Raz Infusion as soon as possible. Hey, an epic. Tomo? Sachi. I don't know what Sachi does here. She attacks all AoE on A1? Oh, man. Right away. She's already in my Shadowkin now because of that. She's going to put on a stun set, and I'm going stun fishing. Attacks one enemy, can put a leech with the decreased attack. Oh, fills turn meters. If the attack is critical, she puts a... This is a good hero, actually, for faction wars. She has a revive when she kills somebody. It's conditional, but still. Let's see what her ratings are. On faction wars. Yeah. Wow. And she's force. A little bit slow, but man, not bad. She's a support epic. That's a good pull. Thank you for your luck, everybody. I did not expect an epic. Petrifia Rockroot is a good hero for... I already have one. She can put decreased attack defense. I don't want to get too deep into the kits of heroes we're not going to use in this video. I definitely didn't expect Marauder's crap, but to pull that epic with a potential to revive with an A1 that does AoE, Channeler, I think, is somebody that I need for Razin. Let's take a quick look in there. Is Channeler for Razin? Yes, he is. Perfect. I pulled a Channeler. That's exactly what I need, boys and girls. I need to find Razin fodder. It's a progressive chance for Siphi. This account has pulled maybe 30 Void Shards, maybe. I am not getting Siphi, but I am getting Bellower for the first time. Come on. Nope. Arbalaster? Yeah. So I don't know too much about Arbalaster being somebody you'd really want for your faction wars. Anyways, that Sachi, I hope I'm saying it right. I'm beyond excited about that pull. That's huge for my Shadowkin. Let's make sure my wish list is set. If I pull an Oboro, oof. Anyways, I expect 2 1-star blue souls. We'll see what comes out of here. Another Cold Heart. You know, I keep having Cold Heart show up. I only have one on the account. She's already got a 5. Hey, another 1-star blue. Yep. Rehab. Rehab? Sorry, not rehab, but rehab. So anyways, I definitely don't need all that cold heart there. So we'll do this. And we're getting pretty close to 200 more coins. Not bad though, man. My Shadowkin. I want to take a quick look. I apologize. Shadowkin opened tonight. And you see there's only 37 stars there. Ooh, that's pretty good, man. So I'm going to push a little later for the Ogren. I've done a bunch of 5-starring because it was the champ training, which I've completed. It's all done. So let's take a look into the clan boss team. Okay. Before we do anything, actually, I want to show you my area bonuses. This is important. There's 18% more crit damage on all my magic heroes. Okay. And there's 40 more accuracy for the void. There's 80 for the magic. It's important. And so is the area bonuses for Demon Lord battles. Okay. I have 24 more accuracy just in the Demon Lord, and an extra 6% crit damage, and 6 speed, and 6% everybody ignores defense. They got 4% more defense. These things, they really matter. When you can get them, they add up, they matter. Okay, they're expensive, but it's worth it. As you saw, I keep getting shards, voids, and ancients, and I'm sure my very big run of sacred shards is now over because I picked up a bunch in the past, 8 or 9 days. I've had like 5 sacred shards come out of clan boss. So also in 2 more days, I'll be able to start crafting some of the big boy, what is that? Instinct set. Hopefully I can get some good stuff out of their helms and whatnot. Now we're going to go into the heroes. So we have Alice the Wanderer. Okay. My Alice is in Relentless with a 1 bonus, like 2-piece bonus of speed. Okay. And you see she just got the regular accessories. But this is a nice, I don't know how to, if I go into here, that's better. So the Malefic Talon, she has a 20% chance to deal 10% more damage when attacking. Okay. And I'm pretty sure it counts on each hit of her A1 that she does. So it's giving her 21% more crit damage as well. And I don't know how to show that, what do you call it there? How to show the gem in it except from this. So it says she's also going to ignore 3% of the target's defense if it's under 2 or more debuffs. Okay. She's maxed out skill. These are her masteries. She's got Giant Slayer, and I make sure she gets this with my all my damage dealers get Soul Drinker for the clan boss. That way they're at least most of the time 50% HP, or close to it when they proc their War Master or Giant Slayer, and then they're not going to get one shot for the first like 20 turns. Okay, it's important. Let's look at Alice's total stats. She's got 5150 on her attack, 2350 defense, 211 speed. It's important to be above 206 speed for this boss. Okay, she just crit, perfect for me. She's only at 285 crit damage. Obviously, I'm trying to get that. 385 would be absolutely insane, but I can't have that. The 150 resist Ultra Nightmare is always going to land a poison on her since it's the affinities change, but her accuracy at 360 really keeps her hitting and doing her job stripping buffs. So where's Demon Lord? So in Demon Lord, she's almost at 400 accuracy. And this is why those area bonuses matter. Okay. I don't want to go too deep into the stats on the gears for you. It'll take too long because I'm doing a manual clan boss battle. Arbiter. She's got, turn meter effects are 10% more effective on the wearer. My gemstones aren't too good, so they're all basically going to be crap after this. But this Journal of Necrotos, okay? Her heals and turn meter increase effects are applied to allies are boosted by 15%. So Arbiter, when she boosts you by, I think it's 30% turn meter, it's actually like 34%. And that little bit of 5% every time, it'll add up for you. Okay? And in Arbiters, as you see, she's got a blood shield ring. So I can use her with her high resistance to be kind of a Hydra target mischief tank a little bit sometimes. And she can work in my Scarab King battles. So Arbiter's wearing Impulse, which gives a 12% chance to reduce a random skill cooldown by a turn. And it's wicked when it procs, especially deep into the Ultra Nightmare battles. And she's, as you like, she's my speed champion, so perception and speed from Impulse, okay? Arbiter's also wearing a resistance banner that I just maxed out just now, and it came up attack. I wish it was accuracy or defense percent or whatever, but you get what you get when you do that. And again, don't tell Hell Hades, but her gloves are flat defense. I need a defense. Flat defense gives her a bunch. Good enough for me. And it came defensive percentage at the bottom. Can't argue. I just, I wish obviously it was defensive percent on those, on the main stat, but I'll take it. So Arbiter's main stats here, man. She's almost 2k attack, so she does a bit of damage, but 2600 defense. I need another 500 on that if I can get it. 281 speed. She's got 239 resistance. And you'll see she lands her weaken quite a bit for only 164 accuracy. And with the Demon Lord battles, like she's only at 188 accuracy. And you'll see how effective Arbiter really is. Okay? With that landing of her debuff. So Tagoar, my 6-star blessing Tagoar, okay, with emergency heal because he does put a shield on himself. He's usually the last to die anywhere I take him. So Tagoar's got a protection banner, which gives him 20 more resist, okay? It's a defense. I could, if it was HP, perfect. But it rolled HP percentage on, it didn't roll any on it, but it has an HP percentage and a bunch of attack. Especially when it comes to the Hydra accessories, you get what you get, man. But he's got an HP neck to kind of supplement. He doesn't need accuracy. He has no debuffs. HP ring, okay? So Tagoar is wearing one piece of the protection. He's wearing 2 pieces of the resilience so that he could get defense and HP. I need both on him. And this immortal set. It's just 50% HP. Straight up HP. Obviously, I wish it didn't do a triple accuracy roll, but that's what happens, man. It happens. But his boots, I need to try to fix them with a rework on the Ascension to speed, obviously. So his relic is the Demonic Effigy. And I don't have any square gemstones to put in the stuff, right? But you see here, his turn meter increases by 10% whenever one of his allies dies. So if 4 people die, he gets a 40% turn meter. Straight up, boom, just like that. So Tagoar's kind of like my slave master. He's got the whip whenever the people are dead. Pardon me for a little bit of coffee. And I forgot to show Arbiter's masteries. But every one of my clan boss heroes has Giant Slayer or War Master. And definitely lasting gifts. Right here, if you're not familiar with the lasting lasting gifts, where is it here? It's this one. I apologize. It's been a while since I've looked at it through this screen here. So has a 30% chance to increase or extend the duration of any buff, okay? Besides block damage, unkillable, revive, or taunt. So if this hero, he's casting his shield or his increased speed, that's why that stuff's on there, okay? So Tagoar's total stats. Let's go straight into the Demon Lord since that's what we're doing, okay? He's got 70k HP. I wish it was 100 because it would really max out his heal, but he's sitting at 3k attack, which is pretty good. I don't want him there, but it doesn't matter. But 3k defense is coming very soon. 235 speed, 302 resist. It's rare that even on Ultra Nightmare he gets that poison debuff or whatever to slow the decreased attack. And his accuracy is irrelevant, okay? He doesn't have any accuracy. So I'll show you Arbiter's mastery since I forgot. I gave her Sniper, which gives her a 5% more chance, increased chance to land any debuff. So that's another reason why I get away with not an accuracy banner, and I'm trying to make her weakens land because weaken is huge. You see again, she's got the lasting gifts as well. Okay, So we're going to Jareg, the tank, and he's got a whole bunch of set bonuses. As you see here, I needed him to have accuracy, so he's also wearing Guardian set. If you don't have an Ally Protector and Guardian set, it's a little less effective because he's always going to have the highest defense on the team. That's the idea, right? So he absorbs 10% of all damage from everybody and then heals by 10% every turn. So I don't ever want him to be the stun target either. Then his pinpoint, one piece gives him 20 accuracy, two pieces of resilience for the bonus, and one piece of feral for the accuracy. So he's got the Diadem of Undeath. I guess that's the name of it. So his defense increases by 1% for each ally under ally protection. So I don't know the order that this would apply, but he's going to get 4% increased defense when he does his ally protect. But he also casts, I guess it would count after if Tagoar's put the increased defense on him. So you can get a huge amount of extra defense just from this Diadem of Undeath, and it has defense and HP on the upgrade stats. So I definitely want him to have that. And he's got his War Master with his lasting gifts for sure as well, especially considering my Alice is in Relentless. And you'll see everybody that has debuffs is got a support tree for accuracy. Okay, except for Tagoar, obviously he doesn't need accuracy. The reason why Jareg has the need for that is this is a 60% chance when booked to land decrease attack. He's pretty effective with it, okay? And I gave him faultless defense so that whenever he puts ally protect on his buddies, they're reflecting a bit of the damage back at the clan boss, okay? So Jareg's total stats in clan boss, he has 53,000, pardon me, HP. I don't want him up too high. If he ever gets punched, he'd be dead. But that 3,600 defense, that's huge, you know? So you add another 4% to that. He's almost at 4K when he has Ally Protect on. Plus, if he gets 60% increase to that from Tagoar's buff, he's huge. 214 speed. He's at, the crit doesn't matter to me. His resistance is pretty decent at 180. Sometimes he resists the boss, but at least 300 accuracy for Ultra Nightmare. I don't want him to lose the roll if he doesn't get a weak hit on a clan boss, you know? Now let's look at Venomage. Venomage got a Blood Shield ring, some feral, some immortal, to, you know, keep yourself a little himself, pardon me. This is a boy, by the way, and I can verify it. If you go to the champion lore at the bottom, see this? Perhaps he is now dead, his body reduced to dry and a desiccated husk. I think that's how you say that. Oh, maybe either way, Venomage, this is a guy to my knowledge. I think that lore was talking about somebody else. Whether this lizard-looking snake is a man or a woman, they're amazing. If you pulled them, congratulations, as Ash would say. So he's got a two-piece feral set on with accuracy and 5% speed. 40 accuracy is the same thing from the two-piece perception and immortal. Just a little bit of healing, okay? But this blood shield accessory, especially with Venomage, this is really good for Scarab because Venomage is passive. Enemies under heal reduction debuffs inflict 15% less damage. Whatever they do to you, it's 15% less damage. That's why Venomage is huge. And since Venomage has a blessing, it's cruelty, so I want the clan boss to take a little more damage with reduced defense. So Master Hexer, for sure. So sometimes this 3-turn heal reduction lasts for 4 turns. And the poisons can last for 3 turns when that procs. It's very nice. So in the relic, as you see, there is no relic. I don't have any relics. Eventually Venomage will have a relic because in my Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss team, I definitely want them to have the relics. It's always speed on the boots on everybody for Clan Boss. That's how you see I get these over 200 speed on everybody. Without the speed boots, I don't know how to do it. I don't have the gear. So 39k HP, anything over 40 makes Venomage a bit more susceptible to one-shotting from the boss's, I forget the crushing force, I forget what it's called, but the punch. Okay, 2250 attack, almost 3k defense in the Demon Lord. That's huge. 225 speed, over crit cap, not there to do raw damage. The debuffs, the poisons, and the War Master is where this person's damage comes from. But 350 accuracy. I don't want Venomage to miss. Okay? So I made a mistake this morning. We're going to go into Clan Boss. Oh, maybe there's an Ancient Shard in here. We're going to do it against the Spirit Affinity. That's why I chose today, because yesterday it was Force. But those silly daily quests, what do you call it? Advanced quest asked me to do a Demon Lord battle with a rare. And I forgot, and then I tried with Dathy and Kale yesterday, and I forgot I had Dathy in today on Void. There might have been a shot for a 2-key, but I messed it up. I had my coffee. Let's go do Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss, Spirit Affinity. Make sure I don't have Dathy in again. Boom. And I use the attack instead of the increased accuracy with Alice because everybody's over 300 accuracy. I don't need them to have any more. Here we go, boys and girls. If you're learning from this series, I promise at least once a week, I will put up anytime I think I have an improvement on my clan boss or a chance to 2-key for the first time. I will put this on, and I will take the time to show new people that you don't need a speed tune to do this clan boss as a 3-key at minimum. Okay, you don't need a speed tune. It just makes it an auto-friendly thing to have a speed tune. I'm going to do it on manual. You'll notice right away I boost everybody's meter, give them increased attack with my Arbiter, then I give them increased speed with Tagoar. Then Venomage missed 1 poison. Not bad. So Alice, it'd be very rare that she ever misses that. So you got to remember, and I'm telling myself as well, now is the time to put on your Ally Protect because the affinity swap on the boss. So now the boss is going to do the crash through instead of the numbing fear. I'd rather get the decrease attack on if I can. And he just missed, I think, right? So anyways, let's see if Arbiter can get the weekend. There we go. Thank you, Arbiter. So it's very early. But you see, people still took 5% damage or so. It's significant. It means the stun target changes after the boss decides, who's got the lowest percentage HP. So why Venomage is so good? I missed the decrease attack with Jareg, but Venomage is going to have a 75%, but it's 100 because I've booked them. So hopefully, decreased attack lands with decreased defense. Now Alice should strip every time. There should never be a fail, especially on Spirit Affinity. Now I'm going to boost everybody's meter because I want to sneak another turn in before, what do you call it here? There. Now I can put Tagoar shield on. So nobody's going to take any damage whatsoever. See that? Everything is a blue number, meaning the shield absorbed everything, okay? Then I'm going to boost everybody again with Arbiter. And this is why that relic is on Arbiter, because it's also pushing everybody's meter by another almost 5% extra every time she gives them her A3 here. What's it called? It won't let me show you. Anyways, she missed her weekend. But I'm not too concerned as long as Jareg and Tagoar aren't ever the stun targets. And this is a 3-key day. Almost doing 30 million on the first Void Affinity, and then it swaps to Spirit. This is a 3-key day. So Venomage should reapply decrease attack and a decreased defense. Pardon me, I don't know. But Venomage should never miss those. It's very rare. So what is the Arbiter's thing here called? Mentor of Heroes. See how it says it does a 30% meter fill. Okay? So it's actually 34 and a half, I guess, if it does halves because of her relic, which is huge, man. Because if she does that 20 times in a battle, which she does, That's like at least one extra turn for everybody just because of the relic. That's huge, man. So with the increased speed and Arbiter's boost here, Tagoar is going to get another turn. That's why I didn't use his A3 shield there. Then let's see. So I don't think Venomage has put on a Master Hexer yet. I don't think the heal debuff has gone on for 4 turns yet, but it's all right. I'm not too concerned. Obviously, again, Arbiter just procced. That was her impulse set, that blue circle that fills over her head. If you've ever played World of Warcraft, you have deadly boss mods or other things, and you can mark, targets in the game. And there's this orange circle that people call nipple. She keeps missing her weekend. So she's got a blue nipple. Anytime you see the blue nipple over Arbiter, you know that she's reduced the cooldown of something from her impulse set. And because it's Spirit Affinity, it's always going to be Arbiter as the stun target. Always. Because everybody else is, strong against the boss. So I can't really control who, I can't manipulate the stun target. Even if Alice is down to like 10% HP and Arbiter has an increased defense and max HP, I think the boss still punches Arbiter just because she's neutral affinity. We'll see. It's going to show up obviously in about 5-6 more minutes when the boss starts actually hurting my heroes. So I don't think I can get Tagoar an extra turn. And this is where having Arbiter being stunned hurts. But he might sneak it in, right? He's got a no increased speed on him. If he had increased speed, I guaranteed he got his turn. But it's close. We'll find out. So the only reason I'm going to reuse this move here is to apply the 2 poisons from Venomage. And yes, Tagoar. And that's why having that relic on Arbiter and the speed boost and the impulse procs that allowed Tagoar to cheat his way into applying his A3. I'm not saying that this is going to work every single time. You can't rely on impulse sets and lasting gifts and procs of turn meter increase when a buff wears off of one of your allies. However, I've been very successful. If you've been watching along, you've seen it's not too often I don't at least 3-key Ultra Nightmare. It's been almost a month, especially now that I have Venomage in. And when I got into this clan, I was concerned, right? I was like, I've never set this team against a affinity switched boss. And they actually do pretty damn good. I don't know if I fought Magic yet, but on Force, they're getting at least 13.5 to 14 million. So it's always a 4-key at minimum against Force because I will always get 28 to 34 million on the first key every day because of Void. So I don't want to confuse myself here and talk myself out of putting on Tagoar's shield, but I might just have. I just missed this shield, I think. It's okay. It's still only turn 10, but I just missed it. So now my goal is to get Tagoar the same stats he has, but another 4. If I can get him 4 or 5 more speed, he would have put a shield on at that turn. But he doesn't need to do it. I want weaken. Yes. Thank you, Arbiter. And as you notice as well, I don't have a cleanse on this team, which is obviously detrimental to a speed tune. I don't need a cleanse. And the gear that I showed you, like most of what you saw has been on these heroes. Like Alice has basically had everything but her gloves since the first 3 weeks of the game. No joke, man. The first champ training tournament, I came into 2nd place, and I've been using that relentless gear on Alice since, except for her chest and her gloves. But somebody else, Dahi, got the chest instead. So, as you've noticed, I don't think Alice has had 1 proc of her relentless. So it kind of keeps the damage down a little bit, obviously. And I'm trying to make more weekends land with my Arbiter after I talked to a big game about her 188 accuracy, and it's not happening. But you'll watch all of a sudden in the next like 5 or 6 turns, Alice is going to go crazy stupid with a bunch of mistimed relentless procs, and Arbiter's going to land all kinds of weekend. It seems to happen like that, but that's part of the fun for me. You know, I'm a big fan of something being completely consistent so that you can always, it's not even, you don't even need to say you're predicting. You just know it's always worked the exact same, but it gets boring after a bit for me. That's why I have a fun time doing this kind of a clan boss team on this account. On my main, they're not speed tuned either, but everybody's got like 250 speed. So, and I have a Mithrala and an Elva. Like I just pound right through 2 key usually every time. And of course, by the end of a year on this account, I would have hoped to have done a 1 key, an unlocked quick battle, because I don't want to spend every day playing this game. But she's stunned. I don't think Jareg can sneak in an extra turn here. You know, obviously the goal is to get the 1 key, to cut down on the amount of required time to play. But while I'm building up to it, perhaps it's showing you guys who are watching and commenting and asking specifics about Clan Boss. So I will take the time to show you, you know, a 20-minute manual run. But as I try to make sure I get it done, I might go a little radio silent while we're doing this because I'm trying to calculate numbers in my head here. And make sure I use Tagoar's shield when I'm supposed to. Because if I start missing now at like turn 16 and above, watch the damage that this boss is about to put onto Alice now that she just procced and her shield is gone. I think he hits for almost 20k here. Yeah, on a weak hit. I forgot it's a weak hit. She's very fortunate, right? But that's the beauty of having Jareg's passive. Alice took 10% or 20% damage, sorry, on 1 hit. So she procs a continuous heal. And since it's an affinity switch on the boss, he hit her twice for over 20% twice. So that's why she got those continuous heals. That's from Jareg. And I don't know who gets credit on the end score sheet. There you go. There goes Alice. She's about to go cuckoo. So she had a lasting gifts from Arbiter. So all 3 of those turns, she had increased attack. But she didn't have decreased defense on the boss. And since there was no poison, decreased attack doesn't land from Venomage. So we really need Jareg to step up. And he just did. So I'm going to boost everybody again because I don't think Arbiter, see, Arbiter, even with decreased defense on, she's the stun target because she's neutral affinity and everyone else is strong. So it's kind of funny that I know exactly who my stun target is now, no matter what, on spirit affinity. To my knowledge, it's always been this way so far. It's always going to be Arbiter. I apologize. I have an old mouse. Like the button, it sticks sometimes. So when I'm moving the mouse around the screen, it's still engaged. So it's moving the, I don't know, the orientation of the view. I apologize for that. So I would obviously prefer to be at, 1 million damage per boss turn. And I'm nowhere near that because the boss is going to be at, 20 real soon. So I'm going to boost everyone because I'm afraid Alice might proc. Yep. If she don't proc, perfect. So she got a lasting gifts on her shield buff from Tagoar's A3. So I get away with that, but she's losing her shield here. Like I said, now you watch how hard the boss hits. Ooh, she kept a little bit of the shield. Not bad. So I'm going to boost everybody first with Arbiter because I know she's going to get another turn because she also gains a bit of that benefit herself, right? So I want her to boost everybody, then get a weaken on. That's the hope. And then she gets punched. Come on, Arbiter. No weaken. Not bad. So Venomage instant activation on the A1 of the poisons. In case you're wondering, if you've never seen it in action before, why the poison debuffs keep wearing off. That's Venomage. And I could probably bring my Taragi in at some point. I'm going to try so that Venomage and Taragi See that? See how there's no poison on the boss? So it's not going to extend that decrease attack from Venomage. It won't apply the decrease attack. You have to have at least one poison debuff on there. But anyways, I'm much happier with Jareg in here because of the higher opportunity. It's a 60% chance to land his decrease attack. And Taragi's is only 40 to my knowledge. Plus Jareg, as you'll see, on the next time that the boss does that move, he's going to apply continuous heals to everybody because the bosses are really going to start pounding my ass. And that's a funny way to say it, but anyways, heat of the moment, live, unedited recording. I will say some funny stuff. So Arbiter is in trouble. She's in trouble. I think Arbiter gets hit here for that whole shield. Wow. As I was saying earlier, here goes Alice going crazy. So we should see a few continuous heals come on real soon. Yeah, I want to apply this. I want that decreased defense. So Arbiter didn't get it. Interesting. Alice did, but not Arbiter. And this is what's cool about Arbiter and Tagoar working at the same time. Alice and Venomage are going to get healed a little. I don't think Arbiter is because they're below 50% HP. Okay? So then Tagoar is going to put his increased speed on them and heal them both up to full because Alice also had that continuous heal. So everybody's basically full HP, except now I think Arbiter's going to get her head caved in. She should lose at least 20% of her HP. Yeah, so that's why that continuous heal comes in. So I'll be shocked if I get 30 million on this key. It wasn't the best timed key. And it's obviously, like I say, I'm yapping and yakking with you doing it. So I might have missed one or two moves I could have done here. Yeah, I want to make sure Arbiter gets another turn as soon as possible because she's about to get hurt. So Venomage, you'll see, will increase that decrease attack because there was a poison when Venomage used the A2. And now I'm really confused. I was certain Venomage is a guy. They stand what we'd assume looks like a female, dressed like a female, looks male, can't tell. So maybe Venomage is like a tiger slug. They're asexual, okay? They just come in there as a eunuch or whatever. But anywho, I don't know if Tagoar would get another turn. So I better not chance it. Because on this punch turn coming, Arbiter's dead. Unless I can get Arbiter up to max HP, Arbiter's dead. So I also try to save Tagoar's A2 heal for that purpose. That Brimstone is not the timing I wanted. So let's read this for a second. Heals the allies by 15% of Tagoar's max HP. So she's low. See how low Arbiter is? I think this is going to be like almost a 16k heal because of some of the support. Or 14,500. 14,500 heal because she was below, what do you call it there? I think it's 40%. So Tagoar has a boost to his heal for that. If she's stunned, it increases the heal by Tagoar even more, whoever gets stunned. Anyways, I think Arbiter survives this because of the obvious having a decrease or increased defense, pardon me. Should make Arbiter survive this punch. Yeah, not bad, eh? I mean, she got hit hard for 30k. Ooh, this one's, oh, I don't know, because she's stunned. I'm going to take a chance. I'm going to take a chance on Jareg. See if he can get back around. If he doesn't, this is a problem. Even though it's Spirit Affinity, it's still a bit of a problem. I need Arbiter. Yes. So I'm pretty sure Jareg got his turn anyways, but now I'm guaranteed he gets his turn. Because if the boss, let's say the boss was at, because this can overfill. So say the boss had 105% meter, Jareg was at 100, it would have been the boss's turn. But Arbiter boosted him past that, so Jareg was at 135%, let's say. Okay? So that was huge, obviously. And everybody should survive this smack, but it's going to hurt. I think everybody is going to get a continuous heal. Wow, no one. Interesting. I thought for sure. Maybe it has a cooldown that I'm forgetting about. Let's take a look here. Yeah, it says whenever an ally loses, I don't know if there's a cooldown on it. It doesn't say there is. So maybe nobody took 20% damage for each one of those smacks. Anyways, go Alice. And this is another reason why the Relentless works. Because Alice can do some serious work with that A1 and Giant Slayers. And obviously the cycle's a bit off because I want decreased defense on the boss. I always want it on, obviously, but I want it on for whenever Alice procs. Yeah, so see, Arbiter picked up 2 of those continuous heals that time. I'm not sure what happened. Maybe she didn't get, hit for 20k like I said. But this, watch what I'll do here, okay? Tagoar's going to put increased defense on Arbiter. Arbiter's going to heal herself with her A2 and boost Tagoar enough that he's going to be able to A2 and heal everybody. So it's almost as if no one got damaged. They're almost all at max HP. And that's why I do this on manual. Because I would bet you this account that the AI, no matter how you program it, would never do that for you. Never. So as you see, my lady here is dead, but its boss turned 30. We're pretty deep in. Boss is going to start doing damage to Arbiter. I can't keep her up anymore. It won't happen, but I'm going to be able to res her on after this turn, obviously. The only downside to Tagoar's res, the only downside is that he doesn't give you turn meter. If his res even gave 20% turn meter, then Arbiter would get a turn here. She still might, but if you look, there is no turn meter fill. Okay, so Arbiter comes up, she gets a shield, 40% or whatever, 30% HP, but she's not going to get a turn ahead of the boss. Unless I had her at like 300 speed. She just misses her turn. But this still isn't bad. We're sneaking in on a 2-key territory if I did 2 keys on Spirit Affinity. And this is fine. Like I anticipate the 3-key every day. Woo, Jareg. Not bad. But I'm in trouble here now because Jareg lost his turn. And boom, boom. Not bad, though. 32.7 million. I don't think you can see it, but Alice did 18.998 million. 19 million for Alice. Tagoar, 1.4 million heals. 2.6 million damage. And Arbiter, being the stun target, she's not going to do too much damage. So Yakety the Free, 2-key, Ultra Nightmare, Void and a Spirit, 61 million damage. I only need 10.3 million more damage on the next key. Hopefully that's helping you guys. Again, I can't believe I pulled that Sachi with an AoE A1 for the Shadowkin that are opening later tonight, and I've built a couple Shadowkin recently, so I might be able to pick up a few stars there. This was Yakety the Free playing on the free-to-play account on day 89. Log in tonight, day 90. Going to have a whole bunch of summons again to do if you tune in tomorrow. We're going to have a Sacred, a Void, and at least an Ancient Shard. And hopefully Clan Boss drops some loots as well. Best of wishes and luck to you guys on your CVC. Take care.